Hello, kikers. It's only a quick blast. The blast of the quick. I think I thought I had more games than I did. There's only one box, a second box, and then some extra bits and pieces in a bag. But the main thing is this, seeing if this works after so long out of the market. No batteries. Yesterday I look back and I can't believe I was forcing this fucking thing. Like, I was really forcing the cartridge out, not knowing that this was a lock. I could have fucked the thing up entirely, So let's just put the batteries in. Actually, first I might have a little swig of this. It's an out-of-date cider, non-alcoholic, strawberry and lime, alcohol-free. Date on the bottom you can't see there, but it reads February 2025, so it's a year out of date. How will it taste? I think it'll taste okay. It probably won't have any fizz, but let's see. Your glorious dip. Lukey, thank you very much for your glorious tip. How kind of you, and thank you very much. And I dedicate this year out of date, non-alcoholic fucking strawberry and lime to you. Odds on the Viper being the file name on the Zelda cartridge. Zelda, I call it. Steve Stander. I'm actually worried about what it is. Some of the stuff after yesterday's surprise Red Cow Moran Hotel guest list fiasco with the cheats for GTA written on the back. I don't know what's... I'm a bit worried about what else might fall out of these boxes here. Now I'm going to taste this. Christian Irwin, thank you very much. Copper Blur. Yeah, that's okay. It doesn't taste shit at all. It's just tart. It's sweet and sour. There is no Guitar Hero guitar in there. Beardy Pirate. Hey Kyle. Mark Sally. I'm going for Boxhound Drank on this. Is that the guest you can come up with? Is that the guest you can come up with? For a second I thought you said, is that the guest? Like, that there was someone behind me. I just came up here and there was actually someone up here. I actually haven't left. I've been here for 24 hours. And I had this fucking Deliveroo from last year, which is why it's out of date for a year. But I live up here now. This is where I live. This is my... What about it, man? The attic is where it's at these days. Atticus Finch. And there's a placebonic effect with that cider, non-alcoholic cider swig. I am feeling like there's something going on. But there isn't. Kerry, thank you very much there. Did you hear Fred again? Cross Mike Skinner. Cross Born Schlippy. No, I saw Mike Skinner doing Week Become Heroes with Underworld. But I didn't know there was another guy called Fred Again at it. But I have heard of Fred Again. I am cool. He's a DJ, isn't he? I think he might have been on the lineup for fucking Sonar 2013. Which featured Seth... Was it Seth Troxler? No. Maybe, yeah. And who else? Skrillex. That was a load of bass. It was a hell of a lot of bass. Thank you very much there, Dara Dermody. Did you ever play the GA game? I didn't. And Claire, thank you very much, Claire, for the tip as well.
The value continues over at the stream section.
It's not Right Said Fred. It is Fred again, right? Because Right Said Fred were on a video there on the suggested feed. Thank you very much there for the tip. Right Said Fred were on Talk TV or something on YouTube talking about how they've been cancelled still. Still going on about that fucking COVID stuff, like. Get over it, man. Sorry, I should not be belching right into the mic, but I mean, they're really tearing the arse out of that COVID stuff. Like, there's bigger fish to fry now. I'm too sexy for my shirt. Thank you very much, Gobbles. And Umbro Socks. So here we are. I'm going to put the batteries into this. Lob it into the mix. I mean, yeah, you're saying they're not cancelled, they're just shite, but I mean, that's like fucking ages ago. That's like early 90s stuff, do you know? I don't think you claim to be cancelled. I mean, everybody has their day. Every dog has his day. Isn't that it? So I've got a few batteries that were like in the side box at the side of the computer, because, you know, sometimes some devices, they run out of batteries and then you think, there's still some juice left in those. You know, I might need them for an emergency. And you're paying for Duracell, that's the top brand, like, so I'm not fucking throwing them away until they've been completely and utterly juiced.
Chinese.
Lob this into here. Kevin Collins, thank you very much. That's why you always gotta keep your eyes open. Careful. The algorithm led me to Freddie Durst's Woodstock 99, says Kevin on YouTube, and now this 90s noughties attic treasure trove. Thank you very much. And Joey the Lips, thank you very much for the tips. Very, very kind of you, sir. Hello to the night owls out there. It's very late. I've lasted 10 minutes before I launched into the Werner, or the fucking whatever his name is, voice. Then managed kikers, so, well, I suppose I did at the beginning. It's really just lighting my fire these days, that voice. Will it boot up? The moment of truth. Handy little number. Handy little number. Okay. Gonna turn the volume up to the max contrast. I don't know if that needs to be up or what. We just want to hear that signature Nintendo coin. I might even have to mute. At least not a bag of chips. Notion, thank you very, very much for your kind-hearted tip. Joey the Lips, Kevin Collins, very kind of you. Let me just see if I turn down the volume of the tunage on this first. Turn that off. Okay. Here we go.
Thank you.
Long time in the making. No mold. No dust. Looks pretty good. Brita filter. Thank you very much. 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Maybe it's the fucking batteries though, you know? I told you there I just put shit batteries in. I didn't put good batteries. Oh no. Let's swap them around. The weight of the world! The last train to Hopesville just rode right out of town. Oh, it's a fucking dot matrix with stereo sound. And none of it is working now. Got anything else to test them in? Yeah, good idea. Anything around here that'll take batteries? Probably is, yeah, but I'd have to go rummaging and rooting around like... I only set myself up for a sit-down, point-and-shoot Expedition 33 Clair Obscur. Do you know? Oh. Do you know what the fucking kicker is? I'm looking at a fucking game called Battle Tanks Global Assault, just to really rub salt in the wounds. Probably the worst of the worst of the worst. Look at how clean the box is because it never really got used at all. Plug it into the mains. I don't have a little plug unit. I do have, but it's not here. It's back at mine. So I mean, look, we'll get it running. I'm bringing this with me anyway. We'll get it running. Oh, I saw some lines. It's the batteries. Look, I don't know if you can see that. It's the batteries are too weak. The batteries are too weak. I'm sure I saw another battery. There's another Energizer here. Maybe this has enough juice to get us over the line. Doubt it though. If you're juicing 4 batteries. Sweet, sweet piece of beef on a Tuesday night. Thank you very much there for the tip. Battle Tanks is great. Can't stand for the slander, you say. Yeah, look, it is working. I took a punt on these fucking batteries being of use. They were only the batteries that I had left. So I wonder, do they have any double A's downstairs? Should I... Look at this! Yeah! So I best keep the voice down. What am I doing? I'm gonna get told off. I'm gonna get told off, so I best... Look, it works. Right, we'll leave it there anyway. The real deal will begin when I get a real lock of Duracells for this beast, and it's gonna work, and it's gonna be a sweet, sweet piece of beef on a Tuesday night. The main thing is, you heard the little coin, and now we're in trouble, because I'll be hearing about that little blast off there. I thought for a second I was in my own place, forgot that I wasn't. But look, let's just leave it at that. We know what we're doing. I'll get the new batteries in the next day. Let's just have a little look at this. We've been, rest assured, it's not a shit game. We've been told via tip, so I have to believe it, that it is one of the best games ever. Battle Tanks Global Assault. Pristine disc. I don't know how I came across this. I never bought it. I think, again, one of those games that was just given to me, and never trust a given game. Usually means it's not any good at all. But you can't ever say, you can't turn your nose up at it. You know, beggars can't be choosers. Stunning 3D graphics, 18 unique international scenarios, immersive real-time environments, destroy historical buildings including Big Ben and the Eiffel Tower. Tank Buck currency offers a greater depth and strategic thought to the gameplay. Tank Buck. 7 multiplayer modes, allowing up to 2 players. Battle with 12 different gang tanks. Might be worth a stream, so... you know, after all the slander, it could be a good little mover. Could be a good little runner. Sold. I'm in. These game boxes, when the PS1 first came out, that's the other thing. I wanted to have the actual PS1 console, which I know is up here. I just don't know where I've put it. Unless it's inside that PS3 box. Because the PS3, as you know, is at the stream, the mainframe. It's gonna be a sweet, sweet piece of beef on a Tuesday night. Thank you very much there, Jimmy Riddle, for the tip. Let's just see here how we approach this. Might save the PS1, the pièce de résistance, to lasts, and dig into this. These might be more new or modern games first.
We're the classic agnostic guys.
Oh yeah, a couple of big hitters, heavy hitters. Shadow of the Colossus, about a rake of beasts. Every studio at night. De Filoni. Thank you for the tip. Siphon Filter 1 and 2 in the box. Good to see, lad. Do I have that? I do have them both. They're great games. Yeah, I have them both there. I didn't realise the picture was good enough for you to be able to see that. But I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of artwork they supplement us with. Thanks very much, De Filoni, for the tip there. And Ronnie Sweet Beef, thank you very much as well. Rest in peace, Blue Point. What does that mean, Chris? Is Blue Point the maker of these? Blue Point. This is a Sony game. I think it was made by Sony. For Sony. Some good... Oh yeah, the artwork contained within was postcard sort of stuff. Shadow of the Colossus postcards. Very dark and atmospheric. 1, 2, 3 different... I actually was playing this there not so long ago, maybe a month, 2 months ago. And I remember these beasts. This was the Flying Lad. Probably one of the most cinematic beasts out of all the beasts. But I like the contrast. The style and the mood. But and when you got these things, I often wondered, would I ever even be bothered looking at these things again? And now, just being able to put it on a stream and say, have you seen this? What do you think of this? It gives me a reason, so it's nice to have this reason, you know? The booklet smells good. The hero steps up from the shadows. The journey here was long, only aggro for company. Wanda has travelled for many moons to arrive at this place, a strange temple in the middle of a desolate land. As he lays the body of the girl on the cold stone pedestal, he begins to wonder if the legends are true, but his mind isn't allowed to drift far. Thank you very much for the tip, Conrad. Hope you're getting on well. A voice speaks from the heavens, the first voice he has heard in a long time. It seems there is some hope, a chance to trade death for life, to bring her back. But such unimaginable power carries with it great consequences. And then you're in trouble. Wanda will do anything, no matter what cost to himself. He has come too far to lose faith now. The voice speaks of great beasts that inhabit this strange land. Creatures that, if slain, may grant the power to resurrect lost souls. When all seems lost, there is always a way, and now Wanda's journey is only just beginning. Could have done with reading that before I went for the playthrough a month or two ago, because it just gives you a little bit of context as to what the hell's going on. I mean, I know you just have to awaken the princess, but it's nice to have that little backstory as well.
Stop for a moment, guys. There's been some great news.
Original piece. And you could even, if you had yourself a disc drive, you can play it upscaled. You know, with this. Pop the CD or the DVD in, play it on an emulator then, on a PC, and upscale it to fuck. Thank you very much there, Paddy the Mayo Daddy. I hope you're getting on well, buddy, and thank you very much for the tip. Have you old Vine videos stored there as well? Ah man, I don't have anything like... No, I don't. The only videos I'd have stored are stuff that's on mini DV cassettes from like 20 odd years ago maybe. And I have a nice, my first ever camera, the one I filmed the Don't Be Cheeky one on, which was a Sony Handycam from Argos, and it has a night vision, like infrared night vision on it as well. And I'd say it would be prized because a lot of people are after that sort of retro feel and look in videos nowadays, so you could probably sell it on, but I wouldn't sell it. It's a handy little yoke to have, like. So yeah, that's the only video stuff that I have up here. This is all games really, and a few DVDs thrown into the mix. And Final Fantasy, I said yesterday, I don't want to be upsetting any fans because I know there's a lot of people who like that. I'm not saying it was shit. I did try it, like maybe I got to nearly the end of disc 1. I just fucking, again, I'm not really into Munchkins. What have we got here? So then before Shadow of the Colossus you had Ico. Been some great news. Thank you very much, Random Hero. Shout out to Egg and Shade in the Attic. And Kevin T, thank you very much. Have you had any Guitar Hero, bitch? No, I never had this game. Although it looks pretty fun, right? Pretty funky game. A lot of people love this franchise, but I never played it. And the only peripherals that I ever had were the G-Con gun and that wheel, racing wheel that I got for the Gran Turismo. But this was when I went to buy Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty the day it came out. I think sometime near or around Paddy's Day. It was in March. I saw this on display in where was it now? Smith's on Parnell Street. Not Parnell Street. What's the street going up to Parnell Street? It runs perpendicular to it. Not parallel. Parallel is like that, perpendicular. It's like you're going up there towards Cineworld, and then Smith's is on the left. This was in there, and I thought, wow, that looks pretty interesting, you know. Very arty, not much, you know, heads-up display going on. Just like a lot of atmosphere. And it's not Capel Street, no, it's the next street over. But you know what one I'm on about. It has Smith's Toys and Toy Master, and then there's that old church bar down the road from it as well. Maybe Earl Street, maybe North Earl Street. But Ico, yeah. Never completed it. Never got to the end of it. But the artwork, any art heads might recognise that as like a nod to a surrealist painter who was kind of like Dali-esque, called Giorgio Chirico or something like that. If you look at Eco painter inspiration or whatever, you'll probably get loads of decent stuff that looks like that. I mean, obviously it's better than decent. What am I on about? Set the standard. Set the standard. Another fucking fantastic piece. The catalyst for getting a PlayStation 3 in the first place was that this game was going to be coming out. Again, it's in the game wallet, don't worry about that. I say don't worry to ye, but I'm literally worried that I've lost these fucking games, you know? Because I've opened box after box and the fucking game isn't there. It is a cause for concern, but I know I have put them somewhere. Thank you very much there for the tip there. Frank, please don't go up late. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's a great game. What was I gonna say there? It was obviously 4. We had 3, and then Vice City and San Andreas. So this spiritually was the next installment, and it was the next generation. So you'd gone from PS2 to this, and it lived up to expectation, in my opinion. Niko Bellic, the Russian character, he was okay. He was a bit. His brother was annoying. Some of the characters, I liked the way it didn't force the characters on you as much as 5 did. I couldn't really be arsed about any of the characters in 5, and that led to a big disillusionment with it. Although it was technically a marvel, the world they'd made and built and created was huge, and all the other stuff was amazing in that, but I mean, the characters didn't really do it for me. I didn't like it at all. And the character in Grand Theft Auto 3 was better, and he was a mute. I think he's known as Claude Speed. So you had this guy, you never really knew who he was. You saw the world from his perspective, and you saw these other people. The advert for this was fantastic as well. It had a mafia sort of thing with classical Madame Butterfly Puccini, I think, or something like that, like a classic refrain on it. And then you had a Sonny Leone, and it looked gritty and urban and fantastic. New York as the Liberty City, I'm gutted that we're not going to see that, although I'm looking forward to seeing how they represent Vice City in this new one. But New York always felt like the best. The best they could come up with, in my opinion. I really like it. Kevin T, thank you very much. Niko Bellic and Harry Curry. Harry, you need help. The game engine was class. I really like it. Had a nice it had a Fontaine vibe about it. Both the Liberty City games do. A great piece. A fantastic piece. I don't really need to talk about it. It was an addiction of mine. It was a big addiction of mine. That lives on to this day. An absolute terrifying journey into the heart of darkness, facilitated by those crazy little guys over at Konami Towers. They had pulled it out of the bag for Silent Hill 2, the sequel to the first, and then this one was just pure unadulterated terror. So much so I couldn't finish it. Purchased in GameStop Dunleary sometime around 2006, 3 years after release. Here we go. And yet again another receipt which is faded, but we can get something in it. Battle Cradley, thank you very, very much. Big fan of GTA London. Yeah, I have it here. I got that one in Castlebar as well. We're talking 5th of December 2006.
We also know there are known unknowns.
For €20.
We do not know.
It says
With the finest soup.
I think I never tasted it. Thank you very much for the finest soup there. Spiky Boy. Thank you very, very much there, Spiky Boy, for your kind-hearted and generous tip. It actually says George Street, so I didn't even know there was a GameStop on George Street. Upper George Street. Dunleary. Oh, there's a George Street in Dunleary, I get you. So it was, yeah. The fuck am I on about? Getting confused, Pat! I'm getting confused! But look at the disc. It has such a satanic... I'm not into Satan, by the way. I'm just saying. I'm saying what I see. I'm seeing what I say. I am flying by the seat of the pants. but it has a lovely satanic disc in it. And I again want to state for the record, not into Satan, okay? Not into Satan at all. But he does a great disc. He does a fantastic disc. Georgie Pie! I don't know if there's any extra bits and pieces. Konami boys are usually good at giving you extra bits and pieces. We've got like a program. That's the Konami of Europe program. Then you've this very grungy... The game as well, the soundtrack is like very grungy, with a kind of shoegaze, PJ Harvey-esque title theme. I played it last year, and it was better. It was a lot better to play on stream than it was on my own in a dingy room with little lighting. I got as far as the subway system and gave up because I thought, this is a chore. I feel scared and I'm not having a nice time. But you knew that even though that game made you feel like that, they'd done a fantastic job. Like, what's that even like? Look at that. Pure fucking like ambient terror. And then I have to say, the recent Silent Hill F, I really enjoyed it. And look forward to maybe trying it again. Bit of a different buzz. People said the combat was Souls-like. I haven't played Dark Souls, but I know what you mean, that it's tough. You have to keep on going back and you get killed a lot of the time, you know. It didn't seem as satanic as 3. They lent heavily into the Satanism, I think, in 3, but not ever really saying it outright. Like, that's a power block for a Sony laptop from whenever, like 2003. This is Zelda, The Legend of Zelda. Have you ever heard of it? Thank you very much for the tip, Conrad. And Paul Meskel, thank you very much as well. You'll go to Harry Corey. You'll make sure of it. And Receptionist, or Receipt Inc. Conspiracy, thank you very much. Tonight at 9. Decadel International Shopkeepers Conspiracy to Hide Records of Purchases. What are they trying to hide? Who knows what we bought and when? Thank you very much for the tip. And Paul Meshkel and Conrad. GTA 3, full of beautiful moments. Looking at the lighthouse from Salvatore's and seeing... I can't even see the rest of that tip there. I just need to squeeze that fucking tip window over to the right hand side of the screen. I even brought the fucking laptop up so I could read what you're saying, because yesterday I couldn't read what it was saying. I had to look at the phone and it was tough to read. Oh yeah, Salvatore, seeing the cranes move in the distance and the planes flying over, the classical music, the winter setting. What games have a winter setting these days? Perfect stuff. I didn't think it had. Did it have a winter setting? You got the fog. When the city was like foggy at night and you had the trails of the lights, that was fantastic. So it felt like that, and it came out around October, November as well, and there was just a lot of New York stuff going on. I keep on mentioning 9/11. Obviously, that was the big New York thing. Then you had Liberty City. That was New York. Then Metal Gear 2 came out. That was set in New York. You know, just off the river. And then it was just all New York. I remember watching Seinfeld every night on Comedy Central. And that was set in New York. Everything was New York. It's a great city. It's gritty. It's dirty. Do you know, you feel a little bit on edge in some parts, yeah, I'd say. Compared to over here. But it's still a fantastic place. You feel like you're in a movie. Kathleen, thank you very much for the tip. So that's the Majora's Mask for the Nintendo 3DS. I have a 3DS, but it's actually over at the mainframe. Hardly play it, but it's nice to It's nice to have because you can put one of the modified cards in and play whatever game you want. You know, within reason. Within reason. DVDs. What's this? Black Ops. Armando Iannucci shows. Disc is in it. Good sketches in this. Good sketches in this. Flight Simulator from Hell. What else? Hello Hugh. What was the one that was like, they had a reunion between the attacker and the victim. The disc is fucked. Maybe it will still play. Call of Duty Black Ops. Black Ops, I beg your pardon, you don't want to play Black Ops. You definitely don't want to fucking stream it. But I tell you something, it was a letdown. I think this was the first game I actually ever streamed. Or maybe it was Grand Theft Auto. I did play this though. You might remember it. Trying to get through this at pace, lads, because we don't want to be here too long. And their PS4 games, just not, they don't do it for me in terms of, what the fuck? €10? 10 Swiss francs. Interesting currency, isn't it? Forgot all about that. That would have been from Connor Williams' Zurich trip. He would have got, that's what he would have had, and he would have brought that back to me and said, "There's a little tip. Get to work on the edit. We'll square back. We'll come back to it on Monday. We'll go for another pass." And that's my impression of him. Thank you very much, Kevin Collins. The skateboarder kid from outside of Central Bank was a crazy little guy we haven't heard much from, raging about his mom and dad, but hope all is well now. Yeah, we haven't. We have not seen him in a while. These are, oh yeah, Gran Turismo 5. My favourite Gran Turismo of all time, I think, Gran Turismo 5. A PS Vita. That's in good condition. I'd sell this on, I'm not really arsed about it. And there's your Metal Gear Solid HD collection. 1 and 2, or 2 and 3. But there are better handheld gaming devices out now that have bigger screens and can do better stuff. I don't know where I'm putting this now. Give you 100 for it. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see. If I can maybe I'll do a stream where you modify it. And but is that legal? I mean, if you own the fucking thing, it's yours, right? You should be able to just mod it as long as you're not running you're not pirating software. But if you're doing it just to do homebrew, then you know, maybe it doesn't. It has 2 analog sticks, but you can't press them in. George Holt. Ask George Holt. I would ask George Holt, Bruno, but I'd rather ask George Hotz, Geo Hotz, for those in the know, the original Jailbreaker. But actually, if I can remember, even before he came out, before he was released, the lad who was meant to be the PSP hacker, I know his name. Does anybody know his name? Without fucking Googling it. The guy who cracked the PSP. I'll give you time. I'll give you a moment. Dark Alex. Owen. Did you have to Google it, Owen? Or was that off the top? Was that straight off the top of the dome? Martin Warren's dad? John. It was Dark Alex. People are saying all these different names, but it's Dark Alex. Nope, you knew it. Good stuff. Paul McDonough. Superbach. 2007 era stuff. Nice bit of masking tape there if you want it. I've got the first ever 40 gigabyte hard drive from Maplin's, again North Earl Street, just off of Parnell Street. 40 gigabyte, big deal back in the day. And then respectively to a 250 gigabyte and then a 500 gigabyte, and it doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. That would be all footage from 2005 to 2008. 2006 to 2007 to 2009 or 10. On that. And then a rugged as well. Oh yeah. Another one of the Smiths, North Earl Street as well, $11.99. Bought it, a year after release. Took a few days off of going in to work, college, and just sat on my arse doing that in the middle of winter. It was depressing. But I had a good time doing it, Had a good time doing it. Silent Hill 2. Another beautiful piece from 2002, a couple of months after the big Bamboozler hit New York City. And we got these two discs right here. I'm not sure which is which or what does what. Maybe one of them is one is the making of. And I think we might have even watched that on stream. Crazy little guys. Look at the box art though. Nice touch. Very nice touch. Amy Bucks memorabilia. Thank you very much there. Oh, there's so much up. There's so much, but it's just the games really I'm focused on at the moment. I like this. And you're paying for it. You're paying for this stuff, and you get a nice little artifact like this. And nowadays, you don't have anything. You just have the game. I don't think people really care, but this meant a lot, because you owned it, and you could put it on a little collection mantelpiece or a shelf. A little bit less dark and daunting than Silent Hill 3. In terms of tone. Digital hands. We've got there The Last of Us. Dino Crisis. Looked at that yesterday. Have I got 2 copies of Dino Crisis? I think I have 2 Dino Crisis games because yesterday's Dino Crisis case was cracked at the front. So that's an interesting development. What this?
He seems to know his way.
What's happening, peeps? Getaway Black Monday. Block Monday. And we've got the map of London. There's the follow-up to the original one. I think I played this one first actually on stream. The Schmel of Want. Thank you very much there for the tip. Sadly, please be lucky, be safe. Zeus! If I was to play this again now on stream, it'd be handy to have this because you'd be able to fucking just know where you're going. And then look at this. Based on real people, the characters. There was talk of maybe a fucking a movie coming out, like. But it was just all talk. at the end of the day. I'm hoping I have the other one, the first one, because I did own it, like. Because that had another big map with a fold out. So I think maybe I'm missing a box up here. Or a case of something, because... What are these? Well, these are filters to put on an LED light. I'm not really bothered showing you the PS4s. They're boring enough, like, and they're too new to really warrant any sort of excitement. The Last of Us. Oh yeah, there's the Getaway there. Suze! Oh, lovely stuff. I can see Jamal, I think it's the same map look as the last one. There he is, Ammon. And I wonder, was that his real face, look? Charlie Jolson. You're one of Charlie Jolson's birds, ain't ya? Real EastEnders the video game sort of stuff. Thank you very much there, Jordan Crawley. You're 7 seconds away from finding another hidden treasure, Francis. You're 7 seconds away. Bokudo Sanki, man. Jamal. Ammon. Jolson. And I don't know the names of the other ones. Get out of my pub, Gear Starmer. Get away, get away, get away. Get away, get away, get away. Before I just look at these games here, I'll just see what kind of state the original PS2 was in. Look, this was a fucking rubbish peripheral for the Nintendo Wii. Can't even remember what game it was, but it was rubbish. Maybe even Resident Evil. I'm not sure. I had to actually take this apart in order to fix it because it stopped reading disc. But look at the machine! Oh yeah, perfect stuff. Liam Rogers, thank you very much there for the tip. Did you ever play the Jak and Daxter games? I didn't. I heard they're good platformers though. But it's the best console out of all of them, you know. PS2 was the best, and I feel blessed and very lucky to have been in my probably gaming prime, the prime of my life. When this came out, I was in the prime of my life, and not many people can say that, you know, because it was the best console out of all of them. Not only in aesthetics and how it looked, but it's the range of games that were available for it, the entire catalogue. It was absolutely fantastic, and it's in great condition, great nick right now. I really like the font and the colour on it, and smells good. There's not much dust in it. As I said, I had to fucking take it apart in order to fix the reader inside, and I felt very proud of myself. Another Arnie quote from a movie. You must be very proud of yourself. When I managed to take it apart and rectify the laser, some little cog that you twisted, and it just changed like nanomillimeters really of how far away the laser was from the disc. And I thought I was the shit, but really all I'd done was I'd gone on the internet and googled how to fix this problem. Beautiful piece, an absolutely beautiful piece. And they bring out the they bring out the slim versions and stuff and whatnot. Never as good as the original Chunky Boys. Chunky Boys for the win in console land. Thank you very much there, Kean, for the tip, and Prime of my life. Thank you very much. Amazon Prime of my life. Prime. Oh my god, what's this? Leeds Christmas. probably part of from a program. And these are the signatures from, I don't know how, to a loyal fan. Have a champion Christmas and Premier New Year from all the players and staff, but they're actually printed. It's not a real fucking signature. Oh, it's on the net. You're thinking what? A little bit of... You don't tend to think about the Leeds United community. But this was just before it all went tits up, you know, and things were going well. You had Gary Kelly, Ian Hart, Robbie Keane. Was Robbie Keane on there? I don't think they'd signed Robbie Keane yet. Maybe just before it. Cracking fucking team though. He really got them playing well. Hang on. Robbie Keane had come and gone here because Jason Wilcox is on the roster. I'm trying to look, I don't know. Anyway, that's for another day. That's for another day. Thank you very much, Scott Overton. The Overton window continues to shift day after day till we find ourselves in a brand new place. We don't know, we don't understand what the discourse is all about or what we're talking about anymore, because the rapidity of change, so much so that we are now in mass confusion stasis. And I say stasis as Stacey Caffrey has tipped. Thank you very much there for the tip. I feel this girl's a person, you know. Thank you very much. And Scott Overton. I'm prime of my life. Harry Cool. Harry Cool. Any discs in this worth looking at? This would be lots of burnt CDs, I imagine. Music, maybe. Pez 2013. Leeds A Up, thank you very much there for the tip. A compilation MP3 back before you had your Spotify's and all your fucking business. If you had friends who had good musical taste and internet connection, they might have been kind enough to have made you loads of music on a CD. And a good friend of mine, Kieran, really broadened my music taste and turned me onto lots of good indie stuff and jazz stuff as well. Neutral Milk Hotel, standard stuff you might think now, but back then I'd never fucking heard of any of these bands. Very obscure. Pavement, 5 albums of Pavement. Sebado, The Shins, Go Between, Silver Jews, Built to Spill, Flaming Lips. There's probably loads more on there as well. Yeah, but look. Metal Gear Solid on PC, Disc 1. The Beatles, Rubber Soul. Another one, I think, from Kieran, which was 70 fucking albums and random MP3s and South Park episodes. 70 albums, like. I'd only just discovered or got an MP3. This would have been around 2004. 2000. You know, I'd only just got an MP3 player at that stage. Probably one of the first CDs I ever made on my on the CD burner using Nero burning ROM was basically music from Vice City, because Vice City was probably a formative musical experience in the variety of music I'd hear on that, you know. So I named this one Soul, Chill Out and Old School. That was me attributing what I thought was old school. Yeah, I'm just going to play a bit of old school, yeah? And it was always my dream to, you know, I'd have this CD in a fucking wallet with me if I was going places. Like, my dream to be, like, hanging out at a cool fucking party. And I'm like, can't wait to fucking get a chance to put this CD. I'm going to blow people's minds, man. And it never happened. Never happened. But, I mean, the dream was there, you know? The dream. I do remember, actually... you know, going to a party once and there was like Curtis Mayfield stuff. I'd seen Superfly and I was mad into Curtis, so I was saying to your man, you've got a Curtis, is it? You've got Curtis Mayfield there, yeah? I know that. I've even got my own Curtis CD compilation. But if you don't get me my money tonight, And there he is. The man himself on VHS. All he needed was one last deal. With the family we got, we can deal 30 keys. Priest is a prince of the streets, a slick and charismatic pusher who dresses super sharp and always plays for keeps. Priest wants out for good, but to buy his way out of the gutter, he has to make the biggest score of his life to earn the cool $1 million he needs. As he fights and hustles his way to his fortune, he must approach the man, the shadowy kingpin who runs the entire rotten and corrupt drug trade in the city. When the man wants Priest to stay on the streets and keep pushing, Priest fights back, triggering an explosion of murder, revenge, and double-crossing. Superfly is a streetwise, powerful, and hard-edged film which stands alongside Shaft as one of the masterpieces of the infamous blaxploitation movies of the 70s, blah blah blah. Central performance from Ron O'Neill. That's Ron O'Neill. And a sizzling, brilliant score by the hugely talented Curtis Mayfield, who appears in the film performing Pusher Man. It's life on the edge in the city, put together by those who know just how sharp the razor's edge can get. Well, if that doesn't set you up, I don't know what will. I don't know what will. With the family we got, we can deal 30 keys. And about getting out of the game. 8-track stereo, color TV in every room. You can snort half a piece of dope a day. That's the American dream. Boop. Well, ain't it? You gotta come on in, man. Great, great, great scenes. That could go in there. Ultimate XP. That is a friend of mine, Patrick, who would give me lots of... he gave a full suite of XP software on a CD. All legit, don't you worry about that. It's not snide. It's not snide. But that had your Photoshop on it, all that business. Avid Express Pro 5. Avid Express Media Composer Edit Suite. Make and do bin. These are just like old fucking stuff. Projects and that. The Holy Bible CD2. It's not the Holy Bible that we would know. It is the Manic Street Creatures CD2, which has probably like live versions of the first CD, of the main disc. My videos, probably just videos that I downloaded of like Trailer Park Boys or fucking comedies or stuff. Hip hop, reggae and dance, volume 2, and I can't even remember making a volume 1. Imagine how naff you'd be at a party going, yeah, maybe stick. I made a compilation here, lads. It's hip hop, reggae, and dance. Let's stick it on. And it's volume 2. I can't even remember what the reggae. I'm not even into. I don't even know any reggae. I think all I knew maybe was like one tune called Sensimilia. And that was it. Black Uru. There might be a Bob Marley tune on there, but maybe. I don't think so. And hip hop, yeah. I'd say there's some decent tunes on there. I don't know what. And as for dance, God knows. I'd have to maybe play them. I'd probably be embarrassed. DVD writer. Every fucking studio at night. Insurance companies. Producers! Thank you very much for the tip there, lads. Junkies, bastards. Thank you very much. And Buddy Bob and Time O Crisis. Thank you very much. We're having the time of our lives in the crisis world. Reggae-tron. Don't know what's on that one. Tracks data. Random MP3s. 2nd of April 2007. What was I wonder what I was listening to then. Don't have a clue. Don't have a clue. I wonder what's in this fucking PS3 here. No, nothing. It's an empty box. Original PSP box. I ended up trading this one in for a Slim. Bought this in Galway in 2005 and then traded it in for a Slim a few years later. Look at this. Faded. Absolutely faded. Corbett Court, Williamsgate Street, Galway. GameStop. 24th of May 2006. I got the PSP value pack in ceramic white with Ape Escape and Pro Evolution Soccer 5 pre-owned.
That Higgins wasn't simple.
Yeah, Ape Escape was straight back into the trade-in scenario afterwards because I wasn't arsed about it. Continues over at the stream section. Davey first, then your son John. Thank you very much for the tip. Super Monkey Ball and GameCube. Get in the hole. Nearly there, folks. Nearing the end of this. Nearing the end of this now. You'll go to heaven. Let's feature this one first. Now. Perfect. Perfection. Gaming perfection. Waited months to get it because I knew that if I got it, it would be the end. I wouldn't focus on any other stuff that needed focus on in immediate life. Do you know what I mean? Where it starts to dominate your life. So I like to have a good clear run of things with a game that I want to play. You know, I don't want to have to leave it. Shit, I thought that was like a pull-out, but look at this. Oh yeah, by the way, in terms of, do you know, like, games-related bullshit? What's that noise? Games-related stuff that you can listen to, like that radio call-in the other night, even though I wouldn't listen to that. Another one is someone has done an audiobook version of Nastasia Romanenko's what's it called? Beyond Shadow Moses or something. It's included on Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty anyway. If you go into that, you can read all Nastasia Romanenko's account, which has like it's like a big deep dive, loads of information about the whole story of Metal Gear. If you're interested or arsed, someone on YouTube has done an audiobook version of that. So you can listen to it and it's pleasant enough. It's not bad at all, like, you know. I don't know what it's called. I think you know what I'm on about though. Some people will. Yeah, that's it. Solid Serpent knows. In the Darkness of Shadow Moses, and it goes into the whole like Patriots and who they were, and like it just kind of fleshes it all out. You understand that you were just a pawn in the game, a big pawn in the game of the Patriots at the time. Like, you know, a lot of double crossing going on. But this came out in 2004, maybe March or April of 2004. I waited till the summer to get it. Trip to Dublin to see Weezer play in the what's the theatre called in the Liberties on Thomas Street, fucking Vicar Street. And the day after that, I bought this. I think alongside Stan Getz and the Oscar Peterson Trio in Tower Records. This was a great game for the summer then. Summer games! Video nasty in video game format. A gift from a relative at Christmas. Little did I know the contents of it would be very, very hardcore. Very, super violent. And the voice of the guy who's directing you, you're a criminal and you have to be... you end up getting put into like a live action snuff film. And you have to just go... It's made by Rockstar, who made Grand Theft Auto, so... You're being directed by a director and you're in a film. It's mental. You have to go around killing people in different ways. Sick shit. I think the second game got banned. They did a second installment, it got banned. And the voice of the director is Brian Cox from Succession, Logan Roy. He also played the original Hannibal Lecter in Manhunter, which was the precursor to Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lambs is the bigger of those films, but I like Manhunter as well. Kind of scared me enough as a kid, and it's funny how it does it as well. It doesn't do it through shock value or jump scares or anything like that. It's kind of psychological sort of stuff. It's psychological! And it's about this guy called Francis Dollarhide. Francis Dollarhide. And he is called the Tooth Fairy because he eats his victims. Oh no, he takes their fucking teeth. So I saw that video, I saw the movie Manhunter, and it kind of fucked me up because I was young enough. And I did the usual, where then I saw the book in the library and I got that out, and the book is even more insane, like, you know. Detective Will Graham. Hannibal Lecter is in it as well. That's Brian Cox. He's not well. Great tunage in it as well. I think it has Inagata Davida by Iron Butterfly in it. Great times, yeah. Great times. That's Manhunt. The best game I ever had on the Wii, probably this. And there's Super Mario Galaxy 2 I never played, but this was fucking brilliant. Unbelievable stuff. Let's see what's in there. The Vice City, this purchased, I told you the story yesterday. The disc is actually in the PlayStation back there, so I can grab it and put it in. This was got broke release. The record shop in Sligo broke the fucking release, and I got this days before it went on general sale, and I was playing it. I went scheming, Mitchin. I didn't go into school to play this. That was kind of indicative of how the academia went, really, for me. It all went downhill, maybe, around this time. But this was like an experience that I've never had before. The colours, the music, nothing else. Like nothing else. So we're going back to Vice City in Grand Theft Auto 6. Is that the crack? Sorry there, I've lost track of the stream. I don't even know if we're still going. We are going. We are still going. Good stuff. Thanks very much, Davey first, then Time Christ, Poddy Bob Junkies. We're going back to Vice City in the new one, but I don't know if it's going to reach that aesthetic. It's going to be too good. This just really was pure fucking 80s stuff. Joey the Lips, thank you very, very much for the tip there, man. Very, very kind of you. I hope you're doing well. Have you got the Silent Hill 1 demo in the Metal Gear 1 case? No, I had yesterday. The only demo I had was the Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, which I put in there for safekeeping. It's all in Japanese. You got it with Zone of the Enders, which I never had. Frankie Scones, how are you getting on, Frankie Scones? Thank you very much for the tip. Only learned the last day that Blonard Nikafi translated the lyrics of the Irish song that features in Metal Gear. I know, and I never knew. I would love to have asked her about it a few years ago when I bumped into her, but I didn't I didn't even know that was the case, like, you know. But I wonder who made that decision. Like, was it the Japanese lads? Did they want it specifically sung in Irish or what? I'm not sure. Tomb Raider 1 on Platinum. Ms. Lara Croft. The game which probably started it all for me in terms of PlayStation. Why I thought the PlayStation was the next big thing, because I'd never experienced 3D platforming like it, and it was mysterious, it was scary, it was atmospheric, it was airy. There was animals that were attacking. You killed a lot of animals in it, do you know? Some nice fucking friendly enough monkeys, but they actually weren't friendly, so you had to slaughter them, you know? Bears, alligators, the whole shebang. And then I think even people were giving out about it at the time, like, you can't be fucking killing all these animals. So then there's humans in the next game, which was cool enough, but I mean, they were harder to fucking kill. They were annoying, actually. Bit of a letdown. This game was a letdown. Ronaldo was playing for Real Madrid at the time. I think then he became a FIFA man. He was on the FIFA box. Got here. Slate magazine. Dublin's top 10 drugs ever. And then a fella with his jacket pulling out, and he's got loads of different drugs. And it says Scumbro on it. Colin Farrell's birthday party exclusive coverage. I can't remember much of this. It was good though. Some good writing in it. Funny writing. Can't really see much of it there because the lighting here is not great. Star Wars Original Trilogy Special Edition on VHS. Christmas present in 1997 or 98, I think it was. Celtic Tiger Knights. Looking here for any more games. Just getting miscellaneous stuff. Another PGA Tour. Rory McIlroy and Tiger. And I think the only Simpsons video I ever had, which was The Dark Secrets of the Simpsons, which had Springfield Files. He's bringing love. Don't let him get away. Break his legs. Homer the Great, the Stonecutters Club. Lisa the Iconoclast. Jebediah Springfield or Hans Sprungfeld. Donald Sutherland as the thing. And Homer Badman. Yeah. Homer is wrongly accused of sexual harassment. And yeah, it was a good... They're 4 great episodes. But aren't they all good? In a way, you know? There's always something going on. From that era. The Doors Live. We're getting out of the games territory here. This is getting into a strange territory. Territory known as old tapes from 2007. Lots of mini DV tapes. So this is the motherload of mini DV tapes inside here from 2006, 2007, 2008. Very formative footage on all that. I don't know what's there. And then a DV cam tape. Don't know what the fuck is on that. I don't even have the means to play this. You need a deck to play this. Odds, it's getting into odds and sods territory there. So maybe Don't Be Cheeky is on one of those tapes in there, you know. Let me finish off this surprisingly tasty year-old past its sell-by date alcohol-free strawberry and lime cider.
Tonight on Rock Bottom. So, Mr. Simpson, you admit you touched her can? No. Mr. Simpson, no. No! Dramatization may not have happened. Dramatization. This is God. Free Jones from Rock Bottom.
It might have fermented. Tommy, are you saying that it might have actually gained alcoholic properties in a year? Within a year. A sweet, sweet piece of on a Tuesday. I just want some of that sweet, sweet, sweet can. Sweet, 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 sweet can. And then after tonight, portrait of an ass grabber. I'm gonna grab me something sweet. Who's the fucking actor? Sipovitz from NYPD Blue, playing Homer Simpson in the car. If you touch me, I'll scream loud, everyone can hear. What about the man in the White House? I never got that reference. Like, what does he mean by that? Like, because I thought White House meant you're the president. Dennis Franz, Rowdy Peeper. The photo just pans in. Or 2, 4, 6, 8. Homer's crime was very great. Great meaning large and immense. We mean it in the pejorative sense. With a man in the White House. Alright. Yeah. With a man in the White House? Yeah, I get it now. I always thought he meant, what about the man in the White House? But he says with a man in the White House. Yeah. Great layers to it, like, you know. You could watch it as a kid and enjoy a lot of the stuff, and then watch it again years later, and loads of new stuff comes to light. Oh, Gone Off Cider Dreams. It's actually not bad. Okay, we'll get this finished. Get this donezo. I thought I had more games in this, and you know what? I might actually find more, and if I do, I won't do another attic. I'll just bring them and show and tell the next day, you know. Time Crisis has to go in the box.
The value continues
Purchased
over the stream section.
the same day in 2003 as the Pierluigi Collina Pez. Chat topics on the net, you thinking what? You don't tend to think about the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 community. Thank you very much there for the tip there, Daniel John McGuigan 95. That Star Wars box set is worth about $2,000, by the way. You're shitting me. You're shitting me, man. There must be loads of those flying around. This disc is scratched to the hilt, but I had such a good experience with this game. A fantastic game it was relentlessly fun, and it made me think, fucking hell, this is the 4th installment of Tony Hawk. How come I never got into it? But I mean, it was a good time to come along. Jackass was at the peak of its popularity. Bam Margera was in it. I think that might have sold it for me because I liked watching Jackass and thought, oh, cool, man, fucking Bam's in it. And then I learnt then about loads of different skateboarders as well. Jeff Rowley I thought was cool. He had his own Vans, Jeff Rowley Vans shoes, and I was like, oh man, I want those shoes. I want to be able to do the Rowley Dark Slide. I couldn't even fucking ollie. I got a skateboard off the back of this, and I don't know if you've ever tried to do skateboarding in like fucking towns in the west of Ireland. It's not really that good. So when I was in a car park, some kid was going by going, do an ollie, and I thought, this is it, man. This is my moment. I've been practicing the ollie all week. It's time to do it. So I did it and nearly fucking rolled my ankle, nearly fucking broke it. To this day, I can still feel the pain there. Never recovered from it. So just don't, if somebody says do an ollie, just make sure you can fucking do one first. Because I tried to do one over a pile of jumpers in the middle of a car park and fucked myself up. These were a letdown. 2 of them. Not as good as the original. Like, that wasn't as good. A lot of people like it, but I mean, not as good as Frontline. Still a great game nonetheless. The Medal of Honor series. Do an ollie! Okay. And I had to pretend that I wasn't in pain. I think they laughed as well. Anna Kournikova was the big deal in women's tennis at the time. This by Namco. It was like a good arcade tennis game. Decent enough music, but it was just Smash Court Tennis. There was a game, Smash Court Tennis was a Namco arcade tennis franchise, but they just stuck Anna on the box because it was Anna. Do you know? Who wasn't going to buy that? Forsaken. It must be because I never played it. Yet another game that I have in the collection that wasn't mine and was just given to me, probably because it was rubbish. Thank you very much, Glyn, for the tip. I'll give that a go on stream. Yeah, Tony Hawk's Underground a go. Yeah, maybe I will. But I mean, it would be more of a dopamine buzz for me. I don't think it's going to be a good crack stream game. I don't know, could be wrong. GTA London was the edition. You had to have the original in order to play the disc. In order to play this, you had to have the original. But it was decent enough. Where the fuck? Tomb Raider 3. One of the hardest games of all time. A fantastic game. The first 4 Tomb Raiders are fantastic. You can get them remastered now. Ms. Lara Croft. And this is the game that was out that year on the Late Late Show when Pat Kenny said the immortal line, Ms. Lara Croft. Okay! That's it there. And you go from India to London to Antarctica to Area 51, Nevada, to the South Pacific. Seen that one yesterday. Special missions. Just want to see what the interior is like. What's the interior doing? And it's not a double case. It's pretend double case. No? It's going to open? It does. I like the way this disc has 3 written on it. You know it's the third. You've got the previous 2 in the original Metal Gear, and then you've got number 3 there. Great stuff. Can't remember where I got it though. Maybe again Electronics Boutique in Castlebar. Sensible Soccer. Oh fuck, what an absolute waste of money that was. That has a good reputation, Sensible Soccer, but not Sensible Soccer on the PlayStation. I bought this in Extravision Ballina, and you just have to see the intro on YouTube to know exactly what I'm talking about. They've got a tailor-made theme tune called Football Is Our Love, and the opening animation is Brazil versus Italy, and it's a bunch of fucking like bobbleheads, like lads with massive heads. It's stupid, it looks really stupid, and it's going, Football is our love,
Augie, Augie, football is our love. Augie, Augie.
But it was a regretful purchase, and it was a waste of money. Siphon filter. Ooh, fuck. Got a disc there. Ridge Racer Revolution. One of the first. Great music in it. Great arcade racer. That was the White Angel car, which I could never achieve or get. I don't know how you got that. I think we're looking here at the very first game I ever owned on PlayStation. Scratched, but maybe still works. And real banging soundtrack as well. Lots of like Gabba Techno. Ridge Racer! And then lots of techno and dance tunes to it as well. Great game. So that is, one of the first. And I like the disc as well. It looks nice. Hopefully I think I've lost the cover. Siphon filter. Post Metal Gear Solid. Stealth was the aim of the game. Siphon filter had a bit of a different approach. Third person, over the shoulder cam. Protagonist Gabe Logan, working probably for the States or the CIA or something. And you're going around fucking disarming terrorist plots and all that jazz. It was decent. Headshots with a sniper rifle. Bruce Willis, Apocalypse. Now this is a game I've never played. Again, I must have a fair few games that were given to me by a family member, and I never played them. Bruce Willis Apocalypse. The most frantic, explosive, 3D engrossing environment in game in the world. It's raw action. Destroy it all. Lock and load. The end of the world is near. You're Bruce. Starring as Trey Kincaid, nanophysicist and sole defender of the world. It's up to you to defend or to defeat the Four Horsemen before it's happy trails to all of us. So, happy trails. They're actually, the game or a franchise or concept was so rubbish that they're literally cribbing his line from Die Hard and attributing that to Apocalypse. Was this even a movie? I'm not sure. Apocalypse. I know he was in a movie called Armageddon, but I don't remember this. Does anybody know there? I remember this now, says Jaeger. Yippee-ki-yay. Was it a movie though? Pretty sure the original Tony Hawk dev demo was made using the Apocalypse game. Looks like a gem. Satan's back. Didn't play it, I remember reading a magazine. Not a movie. It sounds terrible. If that's not a movie, it sounds like a terrible game. The first ever Medal of Honor game I played was Medal of Honor Underground. French Resistance. Her name was Manon. And so you played female central character, lead character. And you had to resist those Nazi bastards in France using French people, otherwise known as the French Resistance, or maybe La Résistance du Français. Maybe that's how you say it. I'm not sure. But it was fucking brilliant. A great introduction to the series. Last Revelation, if you thought Tomb Raider 3 was tough, this was so tough that it actually wasn't fun. You go back to Egypt and you're in loads of tombs. It really was Tomb Raider. They weren't messing around with this one. It was Tomb Raider. So I said the first 4, maybe actually the first 3 are worth getting or playing. And then maybe go from there. I don't know about this. It's very hard. It's very frustrating, to say the least. What have we got here? Now we're getting into the realms of, or the realm of, should I say, games that don't have cases and they're just stashed inside booklets. I don't even know how I had Worms. The game, that is. I never actually had worms living inside me, thank fuck. Not to my knowledge, anyways. Not to my knowledge. But it was a decent little game, that. The first ever... Oh, yeah. Yes, this was launched... When I got the PlayStation, I got Ridge Racer. And then, like, a few weeks later, this came out. And it was International Superstar Soccer Pro. And the commentary was pretty dire. It was pretty funny. Like, a lot of the commentary was,
My grandma could have saved that one.
Ireland are playing Brazil. Brazil, kickoff. Ireland are in full flow here. Ireland, take a shot.
My grandma could have saved that one.
You know, it was just, there was better commentary in future games, but it still was a good game. Oh! Sorry, my stack of games just fell over there. This is the excitement that I had having this Metal Gear Solid exclusive playable demo, which came with PlayStation Magazine. Yeah, perfect. Loved it. You played all the way up to the DARPA chief. And, yeah. There's not much more to be said. That I would love to know what month or what, when that came out. Because I was very psyched for Metal Gear Solid. PlayStation Magazine, Metal Gear Solid exclusive playable demo. It had Devil Dice, Cool Borders 3, Max Power Racing, A Bug's Life, Eurosi compilation, which had lots of homebrew games on it as well. The Eurosi compilation was decent. I remember there's a game where it's called Pushy, or Pushy 2. And you're just like a blob that pushes blocks around. And every time you push a block, it goes... and it's a great puzzle. Pushy 2, check it out. And there was a soccer game on it, Net Eurosi Soccer, that was pretty much sensible soccer. Do you know, better even than the sensible soccer that was released for PlayStation. They should have just done what they did on the Amiga, but for PlayStation. Pushy 2, check it out. Take it down, Pushy 2, take it down. I mean, this would have been around the time, maybe, oh no, it would have been before the Kosovo take it down situation. Tomb Raider Chronicles, fucking rubbish. Cool Borders, go for it. Totally bungus, dude. One of the originals, again, one of the first games I ever owned. Fucking fantastic. One of the games that started it all. Pool Shark by Actua Sports. I was wanting like a pool simulation, and by God I got it. By God I got that pool simulation. A fantastic pool game if you're into pool games. Fade to Black. I'd have to try it again, but it was a letdown. I think there was a game before this even. Same makers, different name. Can't even remember what it was called though. But looked good, but looked promising, but didn't play great. A couple of years had passed since Pro Evolution Soccer. No, since ISS Pro. No, since International Superstar Soccer Pro. Then they changed. There was another fucking series called ISS, but then they made ISS Pro Evolution. And this was the beginning of of PES as we know it nowadays. This was the beginning of PES. I suppose ISS Pro back in the day on fucking SNES or ISS Pro or ISS Deluxe was the beginning. But this was when I don't know, they began to develop the game. It got a little bit more deeper. The passing and the control of the team. But by the time it got to PlayStation 2, it was finessed to the max, and you had Pro Evolution Soccer. It was fantastic. I must be missing a big chunk of other games, lads, because there's other PS2 titles that I just haven't seen. I don't know where they've gone. Siphon Filter 2, the sequel, Perfect Assassin. Now it rings a bell, but I can't remember. I think it feels to me like a Disruptor. This to me is like a Disruptor game. And I'm quite surprised actually that I haven't come across Disruptor. I might have traded that in. Because that has that's why you always gotta keep your eyes open. And watch your ass. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, only just finished it there a few weeks ago. Tomb Raider Collection, Premier Collection on PC. A Bug's Life. That was a prize from Dave Fanning's 2TV. A family member of mine actually won one week, and there was a PlayStation game, and so it was just given to me because I was the only one who played PlayStation, but it was rubbish. I'm actually embarrassed that's in my collection right now. Pretty embarrassed about that. Let's have a little look here and see, finally. Yeah, there's the Ridge Racer Revolution booklet. It wasn't Beatbox, it was just 2TV. Do you remember the way like you could listen to 2TV on 2FM as well as it was broadcast on
Network 2?
But amongst all the other stuff, like, this was like probably the worst of all the stuff, because there was like a mobile phone, eSat Digiphone. Oh yeah, I got like, actually no, I tell you, I got as well as Bug's Life, I got given Oasis Standing on the Shoulders of Giants and AC/DC's, what album was it? It was like, what did it have on it? It wasn't like a greatest hits. I think it had TNT on it. I don't know what album that was.
I'm TNT, I'm dynamite, I'm TNT, oh, in the fight.
Thank you very much there, Kevin T, for the tip. First game I ever played was Driver 1 on the PS1, great game. Do I think that I have that fucking game? Yeah, it was an awful Oasis album, Kev. It had a song that they even let Liam write a song on it called Little James, we're all the same. Yeah, High Voltage, yeah. Maybe that's it. Crash Bandicoot, classic. Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. They're all good. They're all good. John Gielgud.
Metaru Giru Sorido 2, featuring Sorido Sneko.
I took the day off school to go all the way to Dublin to get this on launch day. And when I got there, because I had it, I told them to hold it, I saw also they had Eco, that game. That was the first time I'd ever seen Eco. And I thought, wow, like, this console is really picking up pace, because I've, in the last couple of months, gone through fucking Grand Theft Auto 3, Silent Hill 2. Now this bad boy is out, and I can see these new arty games like Eco are coming out. I wonder, will I ever be able to get that? I never got it at the time. Like, can even see the exact fucking time of day. I remember the 10-minute stop in Longford, the anticipation of getting all the way down there. 59.99. That would be euros. Smith's, Jervis Street. So that's Jervis Street. I was saying North Earls, but that's Jervis Street. Good stuff. What's the date? Release date 8th of March 2002. at 12:05 in the afternoon. And you have a making of as well. Were there two discs, is it? You just got the one disc and then the making of. And look at this, you've got the instruction booklet was a little manga. Japanese manga. The artwork. Yoji Shinkawa on the front and back and interior as well. Solidus. Let's keep this receipt safe here. I was thinking there yesterday about when I was commenting about how they tore the arse out the series or whatever like that, but I think maybe I should just go on and play Death Stranding now, because that's like him breaking away from that and making his own, and embrace the weirdness of that. I just am a bit concerned about playing it on stream and then walking around. There's a lot of walking around fields, but sure wasn't DayZ just a load of walking around fields as well, you know? Let me have a little look here. I think we're done. Oh no, another terrible game. Gunship. Apologies if you like Gunship. Did not enjoy Gunship at all. V-Rally was great and had some good tunes on it, and I don't know if you know this, but a lot of PlayStation games you can just put the disc into your CD player, and from track 2 upwards you can play the BGM background music. This had some good stuff. I think there was a tune on it, maybe track 2 or 3, called African Vibes. I really liked African Vibes. It sounded a bit like a Rage Against the Machine. It had funk, it was funk rock. A bit Tom Morello. Alien Trilogy. Fantastic. A fantastic game. Forget about PGA Tour. Forget about Tiger Woods. Forget about Rory McIlroy. Forget about 2K Games, or whatever it is. If you want the best golfing experience of your life, it has to be none other than Actua Golf 2 by Gremlin Interactive, part of the Actua Sports series, which also did the Actua Soccer, or was it Actua Soccer or Actua Football? I'm not sure. Brilliant stuff, featuring the commentary voiceover from Peter Allis, no longer with us, and Alex Hay, no longer with us. Alex Hay was from Edinburgh, I think, and he was, every time the ball would go out of bounds, he'd be like, "Oh no, it's landed in a bush." And I used to live for those moments. Alex Hay, rest in peace. I got this because I saw that the demo was good. Championship Motocross with Ricky Carmichael. I don't even know who Ricky Carmichael was, but you're basically just a lad going around and riding a fucking dirt bike around on mud. A good bit of crack. Decent enough. And I'm worried that there are more games somewhere else that I cannot find for the life of me. But I will have a little look anyway. But that's it for now anyway. This was part 2 in the series of... yeah, I'm looking around. I think we're done. Oh, hang on. Championship Manager Season 001. It's the only game the PC could run. It was an Intel Celeron Packard Bell job. But I spent a lot of time on that. Too much. Lisa, thank you very much for the tip there. Very, very kind of you. I think we're done. Yeah, the rest there is just CDs. Yeah, I'm not getting involved in that. Be here all fucking night talking about CDs. Thank you very much for the tip there. Say the disc is pristine. I think it is. It's just one of those that would never have got loaned out or anything like. Yeah, good stuff. Well, it's scratch, but I mean, fuck it, I'd say it'd work. Yeah, a great time, a great period of football around then. Good roster of players. Just wanted to beat United, you know. It was all about stopping United. That's all it was. From more glory. Thank you very much anyway, and we'll talk to you later on. Good chat.